Hey, everybody. How y'all doing? How y'all doing? How is everybody doing? Happy Tuesday. Lord have mercy. Happy Tuesday. How are you? For those of you who don't know me, my name is Janae Wynn. I am a personal finance professional. I help women remove financial shame and smash their financial goals one step at a time. If you see me looking back and forth, it's because I'm on Facebook here inside of my Facebook community and my personal page, and I'm on Instagram over here. So, hey guys. So today, hey, I see y'all hopping on live. If you are live right now, type live in the comments. If you catch this later in the replay, type replay in the comments so that I can know that you're watching with me. But today, I'm going to be addressing one of the main questions that I get when people come into my financial healing community. Typically, when they come in the community, they have a couple of questions that they ask, and this is like one of the top questions that they ask. So I'm going to be talking about that today. So if you're not a part of the financial healing sisterhood community, make sure that you become a part. It's on Facebook. You can go to Financial Healing Sisterhood, type that in, you'll find the group, or you can if you're on Instagram, you can just click the link in my bio and you can get to it. Hi, Stella. How are you? So, those of you who are live, you're watching live, type live in the comments, give me a hand or something. Let me know that you're with me. Um, and if you're on your own financial healing journey, type a one in the comments. I would love to know who is actually in this thing, swimming in the deep, trying to get their lives together, trying to get their financial lives together. Let me check out the comments, make sure I'm not missing nothing. I really forget about the comments, y'all. Y'all have to excuse me. Y'all just talking away, and I'm just talking away, not even paying attention. But if you're on your own financial healing journey, drop a one in the comments. Let me know. And also, what do you do to keep track with your budget? That's what I'm going to be talking about today, how to create a budget and stick to it. But what do you do to keep track with your budget? What do you guys do? I want to know. I want to know. But a little bit about me while you guys are typing that in. A little bit about me. I started my financial healing journey about 7 years ago when I was just in a really bad place, a really dark place. And I was sinking in debt. I had a very little income. And since I've paid off $25,000 in debt, which is crazy, I've got my living expenses down to about $1,500 a month. I was able to go full time in business with smart financial strategies. And along with my own just situation, my own experience, I've worked in a ton of finance related industries, leasing industry, real estate, banking. I've worked in the credit industry for 5 years, and I coached there, and I also have just been a coach for about 4 years now. So it seems like when people come to me, the place that they get stuck or they don't know that they absolutely need is within the budget or the spending plan or the abundance plan. There are tons of words for it, but and so there's something that has really been bothering me, like for real, for real. I'm hearing a lot of people, a lot of financial professionals really downplaying the act of budgeting, right? And it's a little frustrating because let me just clear the air. The people that are talking about like you don't need a budget, it's not important, are the main people that are budgeting and putting plans together to get themselves to where they are, six figures or millions. You just don't get there by accident, right? So whether you're in the beginning stages, if you have a ton of money, a budget is something that you need. And if you feel like you don't need it, then that is it's like you're skipping step two, to try to get to step 97. Like it just doesn't work like that. Doesn't work like that at all. And so you have to have a budget so that you can strategize, so that you can have a plan of action to get towards your goals, right? So rant over that's just something that has really been rubbing me the wrong way. Like, really, really? Okay. Anyways, I'm gonna go past that. But let me go ahead and get to my question. So, drop a one in the chat if you don't have a community of women who support your financial goals, right? You need people when you're on your journey, you need support. You need people, like-minded people who are on the same wavelength as you. And if you don't have that community, drop a one in the chat if you don't have that community. And while you're at it, if you need to get connected with people who are on your same wavelength, then make sure that you join, you get connected with Financial Healing Sisterhood today. Okay, so let's talk. Y'all. How can I create a budget and stick to it? This is the big magic question. So there, number one, are tons of ways that help you create a budget, that help you stick to it, but there are only a few ways that are most effective, right? And that actually help you see results. I actually just got done, well, not done completely yet, but I'm just merging me and my husband's finances together and doing our budgeting and getting everything organized and where it needs to be. So I actually just got done doing that. But I personally like systems that are repetitive, that help me build habits, and that honestly, in my opinion, is the best way for you to stick to a budget, right? It has to be a system in place, not just for your budget, but a system for your finances just all together, right? And I teach those systems like this in my Mastering Your Budget course. I also follow the systems myself. But let me address one thing. Let me address the real reason why you are having a hard time sticking to a budget. It's not the budget. Because and y'all have to excuse this background. We are moving. It's a whole lot going on back here. But the real reason why a lot of people have a hard time sticking to the budget is not the budget itself, right? It's not the tool of a budget, right? It is that a lot of people don't know their why and their driving motivation, right? For some people, your driving motivation may be that you're tired of living paycheck to paycheck, right? Which, let me destroy the myth real quick that a budget won't stop you from living paycheck to paycheck. It will. Why? How do I know? Because I've done it. And there are things that come from getting organized, that come from putting all the facts in your face, that help you on the road to not living paycheck to paycheck. So your driving motivation may be that maybe you want to be able to take your kids wherever you want to take them, whenever you want to take them, Disney World or trips, be able to experience that life that you did not have. Or maybe you just don't want to rely on anyone you don't want to have to rely on someone if you need help. I can attest to that because in my financial healing journey, there was a point where I had to reach out for help. And when I reached out for help, the help wasn't there for me. And so a light bulb went off in my head, like, okay, we can't put ourselves in a situation where we have to need people to come through for us. We got to put ourselves in a position where we can be the resource for somebody else and not always needing the resources from somebody else. So the goal of paying off debt, right? The goal of the budget is not just to say, well, I need a budget so I can pay off debt, right? It's always deeper than that, right? It's so that you can say that you feel less stressed out at night when you're alone in your bed and you feel like the pressure is just weighing on you, right? It's so that you can say that I don't have that stress anymore, right? The goal is so that you don't have to be under that immense pressure from creditors reaching out to you all over. Hi, Sherry, all the time, blowing up your phone. Like, it is frustrating. And so I say the real reason why we're having a hard time sticking to the budget is not because of the budget itself, right? It is because we're not fully recognizing what we want to do and why we want to do it. Not the surface level why, not the why because I just want to buy a house. It is, what is that going to be able to do for you? How is that going to be able to make you feel? What is that really going to change internally or externally for you in your life? So the why, I used to tell my agents all the time, when the why is big enough, the how does not matter. And so you figuring out how to budget isn't a hard thing, but first you have to address why you want to do it, because when you address the why, then you will, the part of you executing on it or getting the help that you need to execute on it or the tools, that part won't be a barrier for you anymore. Not to say that it won't be difficult in the beginning, because you still have to learn a skill that you haven't built before, but that part, you won't run into that same barrier. So budgeting seems hard because the reasons that people say that they want to get their finances on track are typically superficial, and they're not really addressing the real issue. So if you missed the beginning of this video, I encourage you to go back and watch the replay. But just to kind of wrap it up, the truth is having stuff doesn't make you want to be in a better place financially, right? It's the feeling behind the stuff that allows you to have that freedom and to really want to be in a better place. It's the fact that I enjoy getting up and being able to take a plane to go see my family in California because I can, right? Because I can. So that is the real reason, and understanding your why will help you understand the first part of how you can create a budget and actually stick to it. You can create the budget, and I've seen it tons of times with my clients. They create the budget, but can they stick to it? They can't stick to it because they're wavering on their why. It's not real enough. It's superficial. Okay. So I want to answer your questions in the chat. If you have any questions regarding budgeting or anything like that, drop them. If you catch this on the replay, still drop your questions because I'll be going live and answering those questions. And I love it because you guys give me topics and things to talk about. So continuing for the month of October, I am still have a couple of spots left for a personal finance strategy session. If you feel like you are stuck, you feel like you don't know what you're doing, how to get to the next step in your financial healing journey, you feel like you're kind of all over the place, you don't really know which goal to pursue first, there's tons of questions I'm sure that's just ringing in your head, and you need some intimate face-to-face strategy to help you get from point A to point B, make sure that you book a call with me. They will only be available to the end of the month, unfortunately. So make sure, if you are in the realm of getting your finances on track, that you book a strategy session with me so we can get you from point A to point B. Well, thank you guys for watching. I'll be back tomorrow for more. Yes, Stella, she said, when the why is big enough, the how doesn't matter. Exactly. Okay. I love it. All right, guys. Thank you so much for tuning in today, and I'll see y'all tomorrow.